Morning, Luckies! Welcome to yet another week of the Lucky Channel. It's me, your navigator, Makon Crayley. And I think we should just get straight into this episode. We have an amazing first fight, Lucky versus Cobalt. And oh man, what a fight this was. We saw Lucky absolutely obliterate Cobalt just in an absolutely destructive battle. Like Lucky... sorry, yes?
I think you're getting things a little bit mixed up there.
Jack, who's the navigator here? I think I know how this battle went. Like, Lucky clearly punted Cobalt all the way to Mexico. We all saw that. Everyone saw it. You can't show any video proof, otherwise that all the video was destroyed because because of the fucking merger. Look, it's
because
fine.
Because of the Lucky shattering kaboom that we experienced.
Now listen here, you little motherfucker.
Sorry that your favorite team turned out to be a little bit unlucky.
Now hang on a minute here.
Mic drop.
This is slander. This is absolute slander. Oh, God. But yeah, what an episode this was.
Just how far were you going to take that bit, Matt?
That was as far as I was gonna... that was literally exactly how I hoped it would be.
Very good. Okay, welcome back to the slowest growing podcast in all of creation, everybody. I'm your never popular host, Jack Finney, and across from me, as you just saw, is the navigator of the unlucky star channel, Mr. Makon Crayley the Mac.
Now, what the fuck? Now, hang on a fucking minute right here. Buster Brown.
Buster Brown?
Buster Brown. Do you want me to call you Monty Brown instead?
Mac, I swear to God, you're going down one of these
but you know what? Yeah, Lucky went down.
I'm giving you that one. Giving you that one.
But Zach, you know what? It's okay because Lucky went down in this fight, but it's okay. They're gonna come back in the tournament and they're gonna go all the way. Trust me. Trust me on that.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see, won't we?
We will. But yeah, Lucky versus Cobalt. What this was Cobalt.
Yep. Cobalt literally ripped Lucky right out from under itself. Just a Lucky shattering kaboom as it blew up the pneumatic tank. And then just picked its teeth with the bones, essentially. Yep. Lucky... learning at this point that there are levels to this game, it was running in 3-0 up to this point, and then stepping up against the big boys, bam, right into a brick wall.
I mean, yeah. I mean, look, they kept trying even after they got the ribcage blown out, but fucking
yeah, credit where it's due. They did try, but this was a you tried moment.
It was basically a chicken running with his head cut off.
Essentially, yes. And with this, we see that Cobalt is truly back on great form after that Minotaur loss, as it ripped two machines apart back to back.
Exactly.
Just what Cobalt needed going into the tournament.
I mean, even with that, like, Cobalt has been practically unstoppable the entire season, and like its only loss is against Minotaur, which, well, it's fucking 2023 Minotaur.
Fight ever.
Yeah, exactly.
It was the best fight ever as well.
Exactly.
And even then Minotaur was on its last legs at the time that Cobalt got knocked out as well.
Exactly. Like, they even mentioned, like, yeah, it was basically half a loss.
Yeah, it's like you do not feel any shame losing to Minotaur in 2023.
Of course. Well, technically 2022, but semantics.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Up next, Blip versus Banshee, a match notable for the introduction of what we call the Blip.
Yeah.
Yep. A little addition to the flipper to allow it to create more space in order to create more of a launch, which had very mixed results up against a robot with the shape of Banshee, as Blip was not able to utilize it properly. It did, however, control the fight from start to finish. The outcome of this was never truly in doubt, as even if Blip did shed a couple of wedgelets throughout the fight, when it finally managed to get in and get underneath Banshee, whom it had been controlling for the entire fight, just punt, kick, throw, launch all over the arena. It was never in doubt. Easy academic win for Blip.
It was.
Again, just what they needed to going into the tournament. And with that, we wave goodbye to Banshee.
Bye, Banshee.
Bye.
Well, anyway, Blip.
Yeah, there's really little to say here. Blip just showcasing itself pretty strongly throughout this fight, and looks set to make a good run into the tournament. But we shall see
hopefully.
when the brackets come up later on.
I mean, okay, so the entire season, Blip's like, it hasn't been bad. Like, it's been competitive the entire season, but like, it hasn't been the Blip that we saw last season. That was like an actual underdog to win.
Now, to be fair, this is because everybody knows what a threat Blip is, and it's been up against a couple of machines that's not really optimized to fight, but it has beat the reigning champion as well.
True. Plus, also, they were, like, trying new things with the configurations and all that, like, and some of it backfired, like, the bar didn't work well in this fight, but, like, if you maybe make it, like, slimmer, a little bit slimmer, like maybe it'll work, but also like it could depend on the robot, because Banshee was probably not the best robot to test this on.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The Blip, the idea of it has potential. It just was the wrong type of opponent to test against, but it still worked out ultimately.
Yeah, true. So yeah, like Blip, I'm not sure I can see Blip winning this season, but like it's still Blip, so you never know what's gonna happen with it.
I don't see Blip winning this season either, but I do think it will make a good run.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully it outdoes itself from last year, where it got, wrecked by Hydra when it fought Hydra.
God, true.
Speaking of wrecked, up next we have Monsoon versus Deathroll, with Monsoon sporting a special beak designed to face vertical spinners this time, and demonstrating an absolutely surgical performance as it landed just the right shots on Deathroll right from the start in order to manage to get them in, box them into the corner, take away their mobility, and get them counted out.
I think I mentioned last episode that this fight was either gonna be a massive like brawl or like a one-hit like wonder of a fight, and unfortunately it was the latter. But even still, it was an entertaining fight. Like, well, entertaining enough.
Yeah, Monsoon demonstrating its willingness to go weapon to weapon here, and that gambit paid off, as with its special vertical beak, it was able to immediately win the ground game, which Deathroll, to be fair, does not play at all. And, yeah, like I said, managed to back them into the corner, take away their mobility, and get them counted out. I think they knew exactly what type of machine they were up against in Deathroll, so they weren't willing, so they were going to go right for the kill right from the off. They weren't going to go for any feeling out process. And to be fair, against two heavy hitters like this, it's exactly the right approach to take. So, yeah. Major props to the Monsoon team for managing to get a very convincing win over such a lethal opponent. Exactly. Even if this hasn't been Deathroll's best performance, to be fair, Deathroll is still an absolute nightmare in method.
Yeah.
So
this is still like a Deathroll from like 3 years ago. So,
essentially, yes. This is a Deathroll that sat for 2 years in a crate, unable to compete. So
yeah, so it's not too hard a loss for them, but at the same time, like, who knows? Like, if these two fight next year, like, we could get a different result, but who knows? That's just always how it goes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think the Deathroll team are going to come away from this and make some major improvements to the machine for the next season.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And hopefully next time we'll see a return to the Deathroll of old.
Indeed.
Now, up next, we had the reigning champion Tantrum hoping to claw its way into a good seed up against Whiplash. And Whiplash has been struggling a little bit throughout this year so far, coming in at a 1-2 record.
Yep.
But now, really hoping to demonstrate its credentials and pedigree. And, well, in a word, this match is unfortunately disappointing.
Yeah, like, Tantrum has not had a good season.
Yeah, Tantrum was also having issues going into this fight, as we saw in the little vignette prior to the fight. And very quickly, unfortunately, from getting slammed into the wall, lost the chain on its stream act. From there, Whiplash managed to get them up and over, and that was all she wrote. Unfortunately, a hypothetically championship-level fight ended up proving sorely disappointing. But it was just what Whiplash needed to go into the tournament in order to really redeem their seeding. And Tantrum, unfortunately, has looked very vulnerable this year.
It has. But hopefully, they've gotten all the gremlins out. They've gotten all the bad luck out during the season. So now when they enter the tournament, they can just beast mode everything.
Well, fingers crossed for them. We do know that they're going to redesign a cover for that chain to make sure that never happens again as well.
Oh, okay.
But there's not really much to talk about in this fight, really. It was over pretty quickly. Whiplash gets the decisive win off of that technical gremlin, and yeah, gets a good seed going into the tournament.
Yeah,
as we will see later on.
Yeah. Okay. Up next, Switchback versus Hijinx.
In a word, boom! A massive hit from Switchback to really showcase the massive improvement of the team is the story of this fight. Hijinx came out fairly game. They highlighted the experience of Jen Herkenmurder over the Switchback team, but pretty quickly it became apparent that Switchback was the robot to watch in this fight. It was a fairly simple story. Eventually, Switchback manages to invert Hijinx so that its undercutter blade is sitting up top, and then Switchback hits it full force from underneath, and boom! The bar goes flying.
Clean.
Guess you could say they really raised the bar on that hit. Waka waka waka.
Very clean, like very clean getting rid of the bar. Like it just popped out.
This was like Apex essentially self-destructing from back in Robot Wars, only, without the Lexan shattering from it.
Oh god, yeah.
And, of course, stemming from a hit rather than being the robot itself being unstable.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hijinx unfortunately winding down a fairly disappointing season for them, as it looks like this, as we see later on this time, they do not sneak into the bracket at all. This is Hijinx going out on a whimper this season, sadly. Well, actually, not really going out on a whimper, more going out in a bang, as we've already seen.
Yeah.
So.
Like,
but this is the end of their run this year, either way.
Exactly. At least they ended on a very entertaining note.
Yes, exactly. Which is more than we can say for the next fight. I'm getting that out of my system now because Slammo versus Double Tap. Mac, I like the Slammo team. You know that I like the Slammo team.
I like the suplexes.
And as do I. And I've already been mean to the Double Tap team this season, unnecessarily. I am recusing myself from talking about this match because there is no way that I can do so without being mean, I'm sorry to say. This was not a good fight, and that's all I'm going to say.
This is a -5-star match.
Wow.
This absolutely fucking blew.
We discussed the highlights of this match, but there were none. As seen by the fact that we didn't even get a proper announcement of the decision. It went the distance, and it was largely Double Tap flailing throughout the fight, and Slammo being unable to launch an actual attack on Double Tap getting the decision. That's all there really is to talk about this fight.
I didn't even know what the result was. I was just zoned out that much.
Yeah, we got a repeat of the Shreddit Bro incident where they did the picture-in-picture because everything was so dull in this fight.
Like, how did this even make TV? Like, I guess they needed something to fill time, but like, this?
because because remember, this season we are seeing all of the fights.
Fuck yeah, I guess that includes the bad fights.
Yep.
But like, come on, you could have just done some cool interviews backstage or something. Like,
Remember, like I said, Mac, they promised to show all of the fights this season for good or bad. That means we see all of them.
yeah, true.
This means none of the things where they don't show, like fights not worth showing, like the what was that bowling themed robot from the other year, Kingpin, who we never actually saw on TV because none of its matches made TV.
That's I actually don't even know what the fuck that is. I do not remember that.
It was a bowling, right? Okay, so it was a bowling themed robot with like a spinner weapon shaped like bowling pins, and we never saw it on TV because all of its matches were bad. That's what I heard.
That sounds like the most gimmicky robot of all time.
Well, it is what it is. In any case, yeah. Wow, we've actually spent more time ranting about this fight than the fight itself lasted. In any case, Slammo versus Double Tap.
I think we're actually talking about this more than like some of the other fights on like that we talked about.
Yeah. So
ironic.
Slammo versus Double Tap. Slammo versus Double Tap. In a word, no. The word is no.
No, absolutely not. But you know what is yes though? You know what's yes, Jack? This is the main event.
Hell yeah.
Minotaur, Witch Doctor 2? Is it 2?
Yep.
2.
Rematch of the century is finally here, and oh, everybody, this fight does not disappoint. It is everything that you could possibly hope for. They did an amazing job of hyping up this fight, not just throughout this episode, but throughout the entire season. It has all been leading towards this, the most anticipated fight of arguably in the show's history at this point. And yeah, it's everything that you could hope for. Minotaur immediately takes control and puts on an absolute driving clinic in this fight, but Witch Doctor fights back absolutely ferociously. Great hit after great hit from both of them. Witch Doctor getting its underside ripped up a little bit by Minotaur, losing some of its forks, losing some pieces of armor, but again, hitting back with a fierce hit to Minotaur that manages to damage its driving ability. But that does not stop Daniel Freitas as he engages in some brilliant martial arts-esque strategy by driving in and pinning Witch Doctor to the wall in what is essentially a clinch, as it clinches up and leans on them and smothers them in order to make full use of the rules and really get their breath and just earn some more control points into the bargain. Oh god, and it was a brilliant strategy, wasn't it, Matt? Considering that they'd broken Witch Doctor's weapon by that point too, so they had nothing more to fear from that.
True, like they did that at the exact perfect time because I think their weapon was also slowly starting to go.
Well, as we saw at the end of the fight, they did still manage to spin the weapon up after the fact, so they did demonstrate the weapon was still functional.
Yeah, but
it wasn't operating at full speed, but it was still working, which is more than could be said for Witch Doctor's weapon.
Yeah, because like immediately after they let go of the clinch, like the weapon started to spark, so like there was something wrong with it. It's just like they knew to not use the weapon and like make sure it was like active enough for it to like not be against them.
Yeah, Minotaur was left crab walking to finish the fight, but at the same time, there was nothing really that Witch Doctor could do to take control of the fight at that point. Minotaur had, by all rights, already won, so it went to a judge's decision. They both returned to their squares to showcase their mobility. Went to the judges, 6-5 victory, unanimous decision for Minotaur, as they avenged their most frustrating loss ever from last year.
Yep, it was a very well-earned victory. Like, this honestly could have gone either way, like in theory anyway, but like I am so glad that Minotaur got a win here. Especially after what happened last year.
The look on Daniel Freitas' face when they were announced as the winner, and you could just see all of the relief flood into his body as well. as just like a moment of vindication for him. And it was a great post-fight interview with the Minotaur team as well, and then the Witch Doctor team. This is exactly what you want to see. Great sportsmanship about, as they made it clear there were no hard feelings or anything like that. It was just being super competitive. It was amazing.
Of course, leave it all in the ring and like just keep the friendship like in like all around.
Yeah,
was
was a tremendous fight, worthy of the grand final.
Absolutely, and we could see it again in the main event. Actually, wait, could we?
Oh, what?
Yes, we could.
Oh,
we
wow,
could.
The rubber match. Oh,
round 3.
They're in just the right positions that we could possibly see that happen. Ooh,
fucking hell.
Well, that could potentially be the absolute final, couldn't it? If I'm remembering correctly.
It could. It's very possible. We'll get to that in a little bit, but do you have anything else you need to talk about this fight?
Oh no, I think we've left it all in the box here, just like they have. It's an amazing fight. This fight is a 10 out of 10. Absolutely love it.
It was fucking fantastic.
Yeah. Not the best fight ever, but it's definitely up there.
Indeed.
And considering that Minotaur already had the best fight ever this season up against Cobalt, that says something too.
I mean, Minotaur's just like the best bout machine of this like whole division.
It really has been. It's been the best bout machine this entire year. Every fight that it's been has been amazing in one way or another.
Indeed, and that fight that could keep going in the tournament.
Honestly, if Minotaur ends up hoisting the nut this year, it will be very, very well earned.
It will be. Like, I still feel like they probably should have won it last year. Like, but then again, like, yeah. But
I think we've established if they had fought Tantrum, they would have won if they'd fought Tantrum.
Absolutely.
But unfortunately, yeah, it was not to be. But yeah, we shall see.
Yeah.
Speaking of the tournament, Mac.
Actually, wait. Before we do that, I want to do the awards first, because I want to have, like, the entire tournament discussed in, like, uninterrupted.
Very good. Okay, so with that, KO of the night, Mac. Take it away for us.
Knockout of the night is, of course, Hijinx versus Switchback. What an incredible... That's the cleanest fucking knockout.
Yep. Definitely a highlight reel knockout. So congratulations, Switchback. You have managed to clinch yourself a double whammy in terms of awards this time. As not only do you win the knockout of the night, you also win the Spike Dudley Award for Underdog of the Night, as you managed to showcase your massive improvement and take out a veteran machine in destructive fashion.
Indeed. Like, great work. Absolutely brilliant work.
You know what's even better than 2 awards in one fight, though, Mac?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know exactly. 25.
Yep. 3 awards in one fight.
Yes, and of course, all 3 of these awards are going to the main event, because, it kind of has to.
Yep. So, congratulations to Witch Doctor and Minotaur, as you respectively take home Best Driver and Best Loser, and the pair of you managed to clinch the Fight of the Night award.
Yeah, very, very deserved. What an amazing fight that was.
Yeah, absolutely. This was a main event to end all other main events.
All right.
Yeah.
The time has arrived.
That's right. So, congratulations, guys. You've made it all the way to the tournament.
Woo! All right.
Mac, let's discuss this bracket.
Yes, I have the bracket right here. I am looking at it. My eyes are respectfully looking at all these numbers and all these names. So let us begin. Rather than looking at like the matches themselves, let's look at who the top 4 are first, and then we'll look at the matches per week. So starting off with number 1, it's the man himself. It's Minotaur.
Ooh, very well deserved number 1 seed after its absolutely dominant showing throughout the qualifiers so far.
Yep, absolutely unstoppable the entire season. Like, pretty much the only team that, like, posed any threat to it was Cobalt.
Well, and Witch Doctor.
I mean, Witch Doctor is... Actually, yeah, Witch Doctor as well. Cobalt and Witch Doctor. It's two best fights.
Yep, two of the absolute highlights of the season. And let's take it away, Mac. Let's count down this bracket. Take it away for us.
Okay, so okay, we'll just do this then. I was gonna do, like, all four and then, like, do the matches for each week. Sorry.
Alright. Okay, yeah. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so yes. The Brazilian Bull takes the #1 seed. Very, very well deserved. Fantastic showing all throughout the qualifiers. And yeah, it looks absolutely unstoppable, and it looks like it may well be on track to take home the giant nut. But breathing down its neck from across the field is the #2 seed, the one that everybody loves to hate.
I don't love them at all.
Well, we love to hate them. Well,
do we though? Do we though?
Yeah, you're right. We just hate them. And I don't care. And you know what? If by some chance they happen to listen to this, I don't care. I hate them. I hate you guys, so I hope you lose. That being said, Riptide is in and of itself an amazing machine and is definitely a very, very real threat to win the entire tournament.
It is.
This will, of course, depend upon its route there, but Riptide has, frankly, looked unstoppable all season, as it has absolutely devastated its way through all of its competition so far. Mad Catter, Captain Shredderator, rust in pieces, and yeah, just two other highly touted teams as well. Just Riptide is, yeah, absolutely, from its annihilation of Glitch as well, all the way through Shredderator, and finally taking Black Dragon's KO-less streak as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, that's love him or hate him. Most people hate him. Riptide definitely a major threat this year.
Yeah, like you can't say they haven't earned a spot here. Like they put the work in, even though some of that work was kind of being dickheads.
Yep, they've earned their spot as much as they've earned our hatred, and I hope they lose.
Exactly.
But it will be interesting to see what havoc they wreak en route to the end of the tournament.
Exactly, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But first, down one quarter, I guess. We have the #3 seed. It's the Witch Doctor.
That's correct. Despite coming in off of a loss, Witch Doctor manages to go all the way into the #3 seed, and it's a very, very well-earned 3rd seed as well. The only time Witch Doctor looked in danger at all throughout this season was up against Minotaur and also up against Fusion as well. But even then, that was with a tight victory for them there, it was still a fantastic fight and one of the absolute best fights of the year. And yeah, considering that the only robot to actually defeat them was the now #1 seed, and considering Witch Doctor's consistently high-ranking places throughout various other tournaments and overall pedigree, #3 seed, very, very well deserved.
It is. Like, could the perennial runner-up become the ultimate champion this season? It's actually possible.
It's very possible, but at the same time, I'm still pulling for Minotaur in that situation.
I mean, of course. Like Minotaur needs to finish the story.
Yeah, one or the other, either way, it will be amazing.
Indeed. And #4, back on the other side now, is the Hydra Man.
That's right, Jake Ewart coming in very, very strongly. Fantastic performance throughout this season, far beyond his previous season performance, where despite coming in at a losing record during that time, he still managed to go all the way up to the semi-finals. Now, Hydra is looking badder than ever, and despite its one loss to Tantrum this year, Hydra has otherwise looked pretty much unstoppable, as it absolutely devastated free shipping and Saw Blaze. And yeah, Jake definitely has Hydra dialed in, and it's looking at its most powerful so far. So we shall see how this goes. Could he go all the way to the crown? Could we see Team Waiachi take home another giant nut? It's entirely possible.
It is, like, because Hydra's been so good this season, like, especially compared to how it was last season. And Oh god, what was the point I was gonna make? God, oh, when you have a point, like, just a perfect point in your head, and you just, like, immediately forget it when you're about to say it. That happens to me all the time.
Absolutely.
I hate it.
Yep, that happens to me all the time.
Because it's like, oh god. Because, yeah, they've been on so, like... Fuck. This is why we do this live. Just for these reactions.
It's okay. It's okay. You'll get it in editing.
Yeah, I mean, nah. Like, I mean, they've been good the entire season. Like, this very well could be the season that, like, they finally pull things through. So yeah, I kind of hope they do, because they've been gunning for this for so long now. And, like, they keep getting close to, like, pulling it off, but it's just, like, they keep running into a brick wall in one way or another. Well, anyway. Yeah, let us look at the matches now.
That's right. Take it away, Mac. What do we have on the bracket?
Okay. I will just readjust myself, because... I'm a mess. Okay. Oh, geez. Photoshop, please. Oh, god. No, hang on. Technical difficulties, hang on. Need to find right place to fucking press this. No. Yeah, no. No, wrong direction. I'm trying to get... Okay, there we go. Nobody's gonna see what the fuck just happened. It's just like, I was trying to get, like, the side of this right. Oh god. Anyway. Yeah, so for next week's episode, we have Riptide versus Sada. Number 2 versus number 31. That should be... Do you want me to just run through the whole thing and we'll talk about, like, each match, like, then, or, like, do you want to just go through each match on its own?
We'll go through each match at a time. I'm honestly... Right, okay, so Shatter managing to get into the tournament. I have a sinking feeling for Shatter throughout all of this.
Yeah, Shatter's not been great this season, and Riptide...
I get the feeling.
Riptide has been known to take advantage of those who have not been very good.
I get the feeling that this is not going to end prettily for Shatter.
This could be a massive mess. But it's okay, Jack. It's okay, because if it does not end well for Shatter, then Lucky will be here to save the day for all of us, because they will get through Hypershock. It's 15 versus 18.
Wow, it's, I guess we really saw that Lucky streak really just grind to a halt, didn't we?
Hang on a minute. They could absolutely win this fight.
I think we're going to see a repeat of what happened against Cobalt.
No, we are... Look, I guarantee you we are not. Look, I will eat a hat if it happens. If it happens...
Right, I'm holding you to that.
I'm not... Okay, I am not
going to stand yet.
You know, I take that back. I am not eating a hat. I don't even know how to...
Everyone.
I do not even know how to eat a hat.
So much for his faith in Lucky.
I don't want to eat a hat. How do you even eat a hat? Huh? Explain.
Well, you take a hint. You take a leaf out of Werner Herzog's book from the film Werner Herzog Eats His Shoe.
A shoe is... A hat is not a shoe. Opposite side, opposite material.
You can... Yeah, but you can. It can still be prepared in much the same way as that shoe.
Can it? Isn't that just
You're
washing?
wondering what I mean by prepared, aren't you?
Like, I know how he prepared the boot, but, like, how do you prepare a hat? Like, because that's just doing washing. That's us doing the
You boil it
wussing!
in broth. Ah, did we even cover Minotaur versus Fusion?
No, we're looking at next week's matches.
Oh, so that'll all be next week. Okay.
Yeah, no, because that's the week after.
Right, okay.
Live! Endgame versus Tantrum. Number 7 versus number 26.
Wow. A rematch of the Clash of the Champions from the Golden Bolt tournament, where Endgame, well, put simply, kicked Tantrum's ass.
Basically, yeah, like it was not a fun time for Tantrum. And
they were gonna have a bad time, and it looks like they might be down to have another bad time.
I mean, look, again, maybe they figured it out in the tournament. Maybe they figured out how to win.
I hope for their sake that they have. I don't like seeing Tantrum keep losing like this, but unless they've really dialed everything back in, Endgame has looked nearly unstoppable this year as well, with its only loss coming to Ripperoni.
True.
And, well, we're not even going to open that can of worms, because Ripperoni deserved that win no matter what anybody says.
Yeah.
So...
But
yeah.
Honestly, Endgame... I mean, if Lucky by some fucking fluke does not beat Riptide, then Endgame is gonna have to be the champion here. He's gonna have to be the one to save the day.
Talking like Lucky is going to fight Riptide.
He is. He absolutely fucking is. Like, what? Who else is gonna fight Riptide? Huh? Hypershock?
Hypershock.
You think Hypershock's gonna beat Lucky? Are you kidding me?
Yep.
I'm not kidding you. I am going to make you eat soup.
You're going to make me eat soup.
Yep. And you know what type of soup? Poop soup. I like to point out it is now 5 a.m. for me.
It's okay, man.
No, you have to play along at least a little bit with that. I'm actively talking to the audience.
Look, we saw what happened in It's Always Sunny, so yeah.
Exactly. Copperhead versus Rotator, 10 versus 23. Just barely avoiding 22.
That's a very, very good fight on paper. That's going to be an incredible fight.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like, it could also... It could be a one-hit wonder fight because Copperhead's really fucking good, but also so is Rotator.
Yeah, personally, I am rooting for Copperhead in that fight, but it's going to be an awesome fight nonetheless.
Absolutely.
I think if the fight against Glitch is any indicator from the Golden Bolt tourney, I think Copperhead's got that fight.
Yeah? What the? Well, there goes my phone. There's a notification. There we go. I'm not cutting that out. Okay. Witch Doctor versus Jackpot. 3 versus 30.
I swear, if Jackpot somehow wins that fight, you're gonna have to play the Dusty Rhodes theme.
Huh. Yeah?
I mean, after all, the captain is a plumber.
True? Wow, yeah, true.
He's just a common man, working hard with his hands. Unironically a banger. Absolute banger of a theme.
Yep, and this could be a banger of a fight.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think Witch Doctor's got that fight in the bag.
Oh, absolutely. Like,
I would love to be proven wrong, though. If Jackpot can pull that off, that would be insane.
I feel like Jackpot could actually pull it off. But, like, we'll have to wait and see.
The odds are definitely very strongly stacked against them, though.
Yeah, but you know what? When the odds are against you, the bigger payoff. Much bigger payoff. Lockjaw versus Bloodsport, 14 versus 19.
This is actually a rematch of a previous fight these two have had, isn't it?
I believe. Yeah, I mean, it would make sense that they would have fought before.
From the bounty hunters, if I'm remembering.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And in that situation, I believe it was Lockjaw that walked away with the win, wasn't it? The experience of Donald Hudson winning out.
I actually don't know. I didn't watch Bounty Hunters.
Just check just check no records on this side.
Yeah, I'll put it up here. Yeah, this could be a very fun fight.
Oh yeah, definitely a fight to look out for. Really, the entire tournament is absolutely stacked. In terms of robots as well.
Yeah. Speaking of stacked, Hughes versus Scorpio, 6 versus 27.
Now that is a very interesting fight. I am rooting for Huge in that situation, but it's really difficult to root against the Scorpios team.
Yeah. Like, but then again, you have the size difference and, like, the fact that Hughes has been just absolutely dominant this entire season. Like, Scorpios would have to absolutely bring it.
Plus, Huge is specifically designed to fight vertical spinners, and while Scorpios may be equipped with a hammer saw, it still tends to fall within the same type of parameters as most vertical spinners would. So,
yeah,
I guess we'll have to wait and see. Could Huge continue its hot streak? I think it can. Scorpios hasn't looked its hottest this year. It's in largely due to pedigree this time. That said, it has still had some good fights, so I guess we'll see. But my money is on Huge in this fight. Yeah, I'd love to see him go far.
Same. Claw Viper versus Mad Catter, 11 versus 22. Oh, man.
I really do not want to have to root against either team in this. They're two of my favorite teams.
Yeah, actually, yeah, true.
Like, I really don't know who to pick and who to root for.
Because, like, they're both really excellently driven robots. Like, Mad Catter is a dangerous robot to fight, but Claw Viper has been incredible this entire season, barring, like, its last fight. It's gonna be actually a big toss-up for, like, who wins this one.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, it's gonna be such a great episode, man.
Yes,
Shall we save the dissection of? Shall we save the dissection of the other side of the field for the next podcast?
I mean, if you want to, like, cut it in half, then sure.
Yeah, we'll discuss the other half of the bracket on the next one.
Okay, fair enough. Next week we'll talk about the other half of the bracket. And
it's gonna be an amazing journey to the crown this year, Mac. That's to be sure.
Oh yeah, like I mean, like this is just one fucking week of it, like and that's already fucking stacked. Like the other side is equally as stacked.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and with that, I don't think we have anything we really want to talk about on the off topic. With a sort of. We just sort of ran out of steam for this episode.
Yeah, there's been a lot to talk about, to be fair.
I mean, yeah, true. Like it's a big episode. It was a big episode. With some mixed matches, but like some big news for like the bracket. So yeah, it's up and down. You know. Okay.
Yeah, unless there's anything you want to talk about, Mac, like a certain Book of the Dead. For example.
I mean, like, yeah, I mean, Evil Dead, like, okay. Like, Evil Dead Rise is a very fun movie. Like, I don't have that much to say about it. Like, if you haven't watched it, like, I do recommend you go, like, you see it when you have, like, a chance, like, whether that's, like, in cinemas or, like, when it comes out, like, streaming or whatever, but yeah. It's a very fun movie. Like, it is an Evil Dead movie. It's not one of the really funny ones, but it's a good movie.
And remember, everybody, Mac is an absolutely massive fan of the Evil Dead.
Oh yeah, I fucking love this goddamn series. Like I think the only one I haven't watched is the 2013 like remake. And
I'm surprised that you haven't watched that. I would have figured that you would have.
I was considering watching it like before I went to see Evil Dead Rise Rises, but like, or Evil Dead Rise, but like, I just didn't get around to it because like would have had to pay for it.
Fair enough. In any case, everybody, go see Evil Dead Rise. You heard Mac. It's very
go
good.
see it. Also, watch the old ones as well. Like Evil Dead 1, like the Evil Dead 2, and Army of Darkness are all fucking amazing.
You know, did we ever get around to watching Army of Darkness?
No, we didn't. We didn't actually, because we watched the first two.
Yep. Well, everybody, you know what Mac and I are going to watch together next.
Yeah. We also had something else we needed to watch as well. Oh, that's right. It was Tropic Thunder. We were going to watch Tropic Thunder 2.
Yes, the Tropic Thunder director's cut, which I have not seen. I've seen the regular cut. I haven't seen the director's cut.
I have not seen that either.
Oh,
so
it's going to be amazing.
We'll do that. Do you want to do that on the weekend?
I am actually not quite available on Saturday.
Oh, really?
But I might be. I won't be available Saturday, at least not all day, but okay. I will definitely be available on Sunday.
Oh, Sunday, yeah, Sunday works.
We'll see on the day.
Yeah, just let me know then. Okay.
Live show, everyone.
Yeah, live show. Now you're getting it. Now you're understanding what my deal is.
Anyway, the road to the tournament is completed. Now it's the road to the crown. Who will win this Game of Thrones? And it will end up far better than the actual show did.
I mean, look, you don't know that. You don't know how much of a fucking clusterfuck this could turn into.
Perhaps, but
it's not gonna happen.
I'm not gonna tempt fate.
But anyway, that is the episode for this week. We apologize.
Yeah, this episode has kind of been all over the place, but we will continue to bring our irreverent discussion to the actual tournament itself as of next week. But until then, you're safe for a few more days. He's Mac, I'm Jack. Take care. We love you.
Bye.